From running hustles in the black market to creating one of the most powerful syndicates in Tokyo. This is Hisayuki Machii, the rise of Tokyo's Korean Yakuza boss. Hisayuki Machii was born on July 20, 1923, in Minami-Sakuma-cho, Shiba Ward, Tokyo, to Korean parents. His birth name was Jong Gon-yong. At the time, Korea was under Japanese rule. Shortly after his birth, Machii's mother left him in the care of his grandmother in Seoul, under Japanese occupation. For much of his early childhood, Machii lived in Seoul, a city shaped by political unrest. At the age of 13, Machii returned to Tokyo to reunite with his family. Life in Japan's capital was challenging for someone of Korean descent. Despite speaking Japanese fluently, Koreans in Japan often face discrimination, ranging from social exclusion to outright prejudice. These experiences shaped Machii's outlook and resilience, pushing him to find ways to thrive in an environment that wasn't welcoming. As a teenager, Machii began exploring Tokyo's busy marketplaces and shadowy back alleys where the rules were different and opportunities were plenty for those willing to take risks. In 1943, Machii enrolled at Senshu University, but the structured academic life wasn't for him. He dropped out before completing his degree and turned his attention to the underground economy. With World War II causing widespread shortages and chaos, the black market became a hub of activity. For Machii, this was where he saw his chance to rise. After World War II, Hisayuki Machii entered Tokyo's thriving black market, where stolen goods, contraband, and illegal deals were common. Post-war turmoil created opportunities for those bold enough to seize them. Machii quickly established himself. As his reputation grew, Machii began forming a network of suppliers and enforcers, positioning himself as a key player in the black market economy. He wasn't just surviving, he was organizing. By recruiting a loyal group of followers and offering them protection and structure, Machii laid the groundwork for his first criminal syndicate. In 1948, Machii formalized his operations, founding the Tosei-kai, Voice of the East Gang. What began as a loose network soon transformed into a well-organized group that controlled territories within Tokyo's bustling Ginza district. Known for their discipline and control, the Tosei-kai earned the nickname Ginza Police for their dominance in the area. Even powerful rivals like Kazuo Taoka of the Yamaguchi-gumi had to negotiate with Machii to operate in Tokyo. This relationship, which began as a negotiation, later evolved into a strategic alliance. Facilitated by the influential Yoshio Kodama, Taoka and Machii's collaboration allowed both organizations to expand their operations without unnecessary conflict. By the early 1950s, Hisayuki Machii's Tosei-kai had grown into one of Tokyo's most dominant syndicates. Controlling the lucrative Ginza district, Machii focused on strengthening his organization. Unlike smaller gangs that relied solely on brute force, the Tosei-kai operated with precision, earning both fear and respect. Machii's ambitions extended beyond the shadows. He began investing in legitimate businesses, including bars, restaurants, and real estate ventures, using these enterprises to launder money and expand his influence. This dual approach, balancing criminal operations with legitimate fronts, set the Tosei-kai apart from other gangs of the era and protected Machii from constant law enforcement scrutiny. The alliance with Kazuo Taoka and the Yamaguchi-gumi solidified during this period. While other gangs clashed violently over territory, Machii and Taoka worked together to divide spheres of influence, ensuring mutual growth. Despite his growing power, Machii faced challenges from rival gangs looking to disrupt the Tosei-kai's dominance in Ginza. Smaller factions often tested Machii's control, but he responded with strategic precision. Whether through negotiations, intimidation, or decisive force, Machii proved time and again that he was not a leader to be underestimated. As the Tosei-kai's activities expanded, they drew increasing attention from Japanese law enforcement. Post-war efforts to crack down on organized crime led to frequent police raids and arrests of lower-ranking members. However, Machii's careful distancing from day-to-day operations, combined with his legitimate businesses, made it difficult for authorities to implicate him directly. By the mid-1950s, Machii had firmly established himself as one of Tokyo's most influential crime bosses. The Tosei-kai was no longer just a criminal organization. It was a powerful syndicate with a foothold in both the underworld and legitimate society. By the early 1960s, the tosei-kai, under Machii's leadership, had grown to over 1,500 members, establishing itself as one of Tokyo's most powerful gangs. The organization controlled a vast network of operations across Tokyo. Machii's strategic alliances solidified his position. His connection with Kazuo Taoka of the Yamaguchi-gumi helped maintain peace between two of Japan's largest criminal groups, a rare achievement in the underworld. Additionally, his close relationship with political fixer Yoshio Kodama gave him not just protection, but access to resources that other gangs could only dream of. This support allowed the tosei-kai to operate at a level far beyond its rivals. Machii's anti-communist stance made him an ally to both conservative politicians who utilized the tosei-kai to suppress labor strikes and leftist movements. This unique position allowed Machii to operate in both the shadows and the public eye, securing contracts and influence while avoiding significant legal repercussions. In 1965, Machii made a decision that would shock the underworld. He disbanded the tosei-kai. While it appeared to be a retreat, this was a calculated move. Recognizing the increasing risks of maintaining a visible syndicate, Machii pivoted toward more discreet operations, like the East Asia Friendship Enterprises Association and the East Asia Enterprises Company, allowing him to retain influence while presenting a facade of legitimacy. This strategic transition allowed Machii to protect his wealth and legacy while avoiding direct confrontation with the authorities. His shift to legitimate enterprises not only safeguarded his operations, but also set a precedent for other Yakuza leaders. By the 1980s, Machii had largely withdrawn from active leadership. His influence persisted, particularly in the Toa-kai, an offshoot of his original syndicate that continued to operate under his philosophies. Machii's later years were spent away from the spotlight, his legacy enduring through the structures he had built and the alliances he had forged. On September 14, 2002, Hisayuki Machii passed away in Tokyo at the age of 79. His death marked the end of an era. To some, he was a ruthless crime boss who exploited chaos and fear to achieve power. To others, he was a visionary leader who broke barriers, navigating a complex society as an ethnic Korean in Japan, while crafting a criminal empire that blurred the lines between crime and business. From the black markets of post-war Tokyo to the height of Yakuza influence, this is the story of Hisayuki Machii. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the next one right here. It's something you won't want to miss. And as always, stay curious and keep exploring.